Hey guys, Nicole here, your content editor at SparkHire, coming back at you with another vlog for a job seeker blog this month. So for our second job seeker blog, I want to talk about how job seekers can spot a bad boss. So oftentimes in the hiring process and the job search, people always talk about how the spotlight is on the candidate and how you have to exude yourself and put yourself in a good light. But you can't forget that this is a chance for an employer to put themselves in good light as well. This is a chance for them to sell their company to you. So you want to definitely take a look in your interview and look for signs of a bad boss. And I'm here today to tell you what a couple of those signs are. So at the top of my list, it's paying attention to the kind of language that this employer or hiring manager or boss uses. If they're constantly using, words like I or me and not so much our company or my team or this team, if they're using that language, then it might be a sign that they're not very team-oriented and that they kind of take credit for everybody's work. You want to be sure that you're working for a boss that is team-oriented. And if this boss or employer is constantly using, oh, I led the team, I led the sales team, or I brought this company, or I this, or I that, you might kind of want to question, what about the company? What about the company as a whole? They might be taking credit for other people's work, and that might not be a great situation for you to walk into. So definitely pay attention to the kind of language that this employer is using. You also want to pay attention to the kind of attention that this employer is giving you. If they're, constantly looking on their phone, fiddling with their computer, or not giving you good eye contact, then it might mean that they're A, not interested in you as a candidate, B, that they're simply just rude, or C, that they're not interested in this company anymore. And all those signs are things that you want to avoid, that you want to stay away from. So definitely pay attention to the attention that this employer is giving you, and if they're not giving you good eye contact, definitely maybe a sign that they're a bad boss. Lastly, you want to pay attention to the answers that this employer is giving you to your questions. We always tell we always tell job seekers that they want to come in to an interview with at least 10 questions to ask the employer. If you did your research well, then this shouldn't be difficult, and employers definitely expect you to ask them questions. So if you came prepared and you're asking these good questions to an employer and they're not giving you direct answers or they're kind of eluding you, then that may be a sign that they're a bad boss and that this isn't a great company to work for. Definitely make sure that they're giving you direct answers and direct answers to the questions that you're asking. If they're eluding you or not answering these questions directly, it's a sign of a bad boss. So those are top 3 things that you want to look for signs of a bad boss, and if you spot any of them, you might want to think twice about this position. That concludes our vlog for this week. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and check in daily or weekly, if you so choose, for our blog at blog.sparkhire.com for the latest job seeker tips and job search tips.